Bonjour tout le monde! Today we're going to learn about the subjunctive. It's a mood rather than a tense. It's something new and difficult and only used in GCSE a little bit, but it will elevate your writing and speaking to level 9. So that's why we're doing this now. Okay, I'm sharing my screen with you and we're just going to go through. To start with, we're going to talk about how to make the subjunctive, how to form this mood. Now, before we do that, you can see that's how to form it right there in front of you. The reason we use this is we use this in a set of situations, which I want to talk to you about quickly so you can have a feeling for what those main 4 situations are. I want you to imagine this. First of all, I want you to do your homework. That's my need. Okay, so I'm going to start by telling you it is important. It is necessary that you do your homework. That's situation 1. Then I see that hasn't really hit home. You're not doing it. So I go, try a different tack. And I go, I want you to do your homework. Situation 2. Now, situation 3 is you're doing it. And I'm looking at you and I'm going, oh, I'm happy that you're doing your homework. That's 3. And then situation 4 is when I realize that I am mistaken and that you're not doing it. And I say, I don't think that you're doing your homework. Okay. Importance. It is necessary. Wanting someone to do something. I want you to do your homework. Emotion. I'm happy that you're doing your homework. Negative thinking. I don't think you're doing your homework. Okay. Those are the 4 main ones. There are a few set expressions we'll look at as well. How do we form the subjunctive? Take the 3rd person plural of the present tense, remove the ENT and add these endings. Okay. Now with the normal ER verbs, you'll see from the first 2 here, we're going to end up just looking like the present tense because we take the 3rd person plural, écoute with ENT or ed, ENT, take off the ENT and add E. Well, that's the same thing as saying j'écoute in the normal form, I listen or I help. It doesn't look any different. But you use another verb like venir. The 3rd person plural, the they form is viennent, ENT. Take off the ENT, add E. And you've got viens, not je viens, V-I-E-N-S, which is the normal present tense, but je viens. So that's why we have to go through the process. So first of all, take the they form, present tense, take off the ENT and add an E for the je, okay? So finir goes to finisse, prendre, prenne. At any point in this video, pause, go back to the beginning if I'm going too fast for you, because this is hugely difficult and mainly it's an A-level topic. Right. As you can see from aider and écouter, most of the time the subjunctive I form will be the same as the indicative, normal I form of the verb. So normal verbs will look the same. But there are RE verbs like vendre. Take off the ENT, go to put add an E, and you've got je vendre. That's not normal. And the IR verbs, finir. Take the 3rd person plural, finisse, ENT, take off the ENT, add E, finisse. That's not normal. Plus the usual irregulars, which we're going to come down to later. Okay, so the ER verbs might look normal, but the RE verbs don't, the IR verbs don't, and neither do the irregulars. Let's start with the non-irregulars. So there's an IR and ER verbs. These are not strange in the subjunctive, but they don't go nice and normally like the normal present tense. Okay, so partir, the they form is parti NT, take off the NT, parte. Sortir goes to sort in the they form, so je sorte. Mettre goes to met, ENT, and so take off the ENT, add E, and it's je mette. In the same way, we get conduire. What do you think it will be? Conduise, prendre, prenne, venir, vienne, voir, voit with an E, croire, croit with an E, dire, dise, devoir, doivent, recevoir, reçoivent, construire, construisent, boire, boivent, connaître, connaissent. Okay, now let's have a look at the irregulars, just the yellow ones, not the ones below. These are the most important. So être goes to soit, 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 soyons, soyez, soit. Avoir goes to ayant, ayez, ay. With aller, the je form is j'aille, with faire, it's fasse, pouvoir, puisse, and savoir, sache. You're not going to use all of these. Don't get too worried. If it sounds difficult, go back to the beginning, listen to it again. These are just the irregulars. You've done all the rules now. Here we go with some examples. When do we use this? First of all, with expressions concerning the necessity of someone doing something. Il faut que tu fasses des efforts. It is necessary that you make an effort. Do you remember when I said it is necessary that you do your homework? Il faut que tu fasses tes devoirs. It is necessary that you do your homework. Here's another example below. Il faut que le gouvernement agisse. It is necessary that the government acts. In English, we say got to and must. In French, though, we're using a different structure deliberately so that we can use the subjunctive and get the points. Okay? So instead of le gouvernement doit agir, the government should, must act, we're going il faut que le gouvernement agisse because we'll get us more points that way. Okay? Right, so there's the necessity. Can you remember the next thing that happened after the necessity? I said it is necessary that it is necessary that you do your homework. You weren't doing it, so then I went and tried a different tack and I said, I want you to. So to express what people want others to do. Ma mère veut que je fasse mes devoirs. My mother wants that I subjunctive do my homework. If I wanted to tell you, I want you to do your homework, I'd be saying, je veux que tu fasses tes devoirs. Example 2. Il veut que je prenne le bus. He wants me to take the bus. He wants that I, subjunctive, take the bus. Okay, so we've done, it is necessary that. I want that, or someone wants that. Somebody does something. The next one was emotion. Do you remember that I was happy that you were doing your homework? That was situation 3. Ma mère est contente que je fasse mes devoirs. My mother is happy I'm doing my homework. My mother is happy that I, subjunctive, do my homework. So we've done necessity, wanting, emotion, and the last one, negative thinking. Here we go. Je ne pense pas que ma mère soit sportive. I don't think my mother is sporty. I do not think that my mother, subjunctive, be sporty. Je ne pense pas que ce soit une bonne idée. I don't think it's a good idea. I do not think that it, subjunctive, be a good idea. So those are our 4 situations. It is necessary that. I want that. I'm happy that. And I don't think that. The way we're doing it, we're taking the they form, taking off the ENT, adding E. Then we've got those irregulars, which were soit, et, I, and face. Those were your main ones. And then there was pouvoir, which went to puisse. Let's have a look at some specific situations where you use the subjunctive. Have a look at this. Bien que means although. On doit protéger l'environnement, bien que ce soit, not c'est, not it is, but subjunctive it is, ce soit, not c'est, difficile. Okay, one must protect the environment, although it be difficult. Although it's difficult, although it subjunctive be difficult. Another example, j'achèterai, I will buy, une énorme maison, bien que, not c'est cher, not although it's expensive, but although it subjunctive be expensive, because bien que is an expression that requires the subjunctive. Now, have a look at this. Pour que means so that, or more accurately, in order that. Il faut sensibiliser les jeunes aux dangers du tabac. One must raise awareness amongst young people of the dangers of smoking. Pour que, in order that they subjunctive know the truth. Okay, pour que means in order that. We've got bien que and pour que. Those are the 2 we've added on to our 4 standards. And here is a brilliant sentence for your GCSE French. Quand je serai adulte, you'll remember that from my future tense lesson, when I am older, je vais continuer à faire du sport. I'm going to continue doing sport. Bien que ce soit fatigant, although it subjunctive be tiring, using bien que, in order that I can stay healthy or fit or in shape, rester. So we've got quand je serai adulte, future tense, and then a near future here, je vais continuer à faire du sport, and then subjunctive, bien que ce soit fatigant. And then another subjunctive, hot on its heels, pour que je puisse rester en forme. So that I can, or in order that I subjunctive can. And here's one more little bonus. Beaucoup d'ados se droguent sans que leurs parents ne le sachent. Lots of teenagers take drugs, or literally in French, drug themselves, sans que, without their parents knowing. Not sans leurs parents, without their parents, because obviously they're doing it without their parents, but without that their parents, subjunctive, know it. Now this has got a few little things. It's got an extra le in here. It's got a ne in. I'd like you to just have this sentence available to you if you get asked as part of the oral or writing about your opinion on drugs, tobacco, and alcohol, because it's quite a good sentence. Instead of se drogue, you can say boivent or fume. But without their parents knowing is a very fancy phrase that will get you a level 9 on that little bit, if nothing else. Right, let's practice the subjunctive. As with my other videos, I'm going to say the English, then I've got a pause for you to press pause, work it out, and then I'll say the French. See if you can do these. She wants me to take the bus. Elle veut que je prenne le bus. Because it's she wants that I subjunctive take the bus. He wants me to do my homework. He wants that I subjunctive do my homework. Il veut que je fasse mes devoirs. I've got to leave. It is necessary that I subjunctive leave. Il faut que je parte. Because to leave is partir. Not quitter. Quitter only if it's with an object. He wants her to write a letter. Il veut qu'elle écrive une lettre. I don't think that he's doing his homework. Je ne pense pas qu'il fasse ses devoirs. I'm just going to skip down to 7. Je suis content qu'elle écrive une lettre. We've done something similar to that above. They want me to tell the truth. Ils veulent que je dise la vérité. It's important that you finish your work. Now that works like il faut que. Il est important que tu finisses tes devoirs. And we can use necessary. We can say nécessaire or il faut que again. Il faut que. And it is necessary that everyone has an ID card. Il faut que tout le monde ait une carte d'identité. And now we're going to go right down to number 14 because we're running out of time. He's got to take the bus. Il faut qu'il prenne le bus. So to recap, with the subjunctive, you've got 4 main situations: necessity, wanting someone to do something, emotion about it, and not thinking, negative thinking. Plus, on top of that, you've got three little phrases that we looked at: bien que, meaning although, pour que, in order that, and sans que, without. Good luck with that. Listen and watch again if it was difficult until you understand it. And don't forget, there's always the sheets that you can ask me for if you message me via the website, lucymartintuition.co.uk. Thank you.